Yo, this is Talk Slow. These are my first impressions of the Pantheon Tortuga. All right, hold up. A couple things before we do this. I'm not a longboard content creator, and I'm not good at longboarding. So, if you were looking for action footage of the Tortuga, this is not the video. I'm making this video because I didn't find a lot of information on the deck out there since it dropped. I assume I'm not the only one looking. So since I got my hands on the board, I just wanted to do the community a favor and put out some stock footage that gives you a little bit better look at the board. All right, there's the beautiful baby board. I've got it set up on Valkyrie Mark II slalom trucks. Yeah, I know I've got tiny wheels on it. This is my first time taking it out. I'm not used to slalom boards and tiny trucks, so I wanted some wheels that I knew I could kick out. Leave me alone. All right, I don't know how well you can tell from the video, but if you looked at the board online, obviously you know that the Tortuga has a wedged rear. According to the website, it's 7 degrees. Now, you're probably curious about how much you have to wedge or add risers to make the board level. I've got the back de-wedged like 7 degrees with a Paris wedge. So measuring the board at the front, even with the, I guess, the end of the wheel well, the board set at 4.5 inches from the ground. At the back, even with like the beginning of the back wheel well, the board was 4.25 inches from the ground. So that's a 1/4 inch difference front to back. I also am running a 1/4 inch riser in front. So if I removed that riser, I would have an even board, like from the front wheel well to the beginning of the back of the wheel well. I say the beginning of the back of the wheel well because you do have that wedged back. So going past the beginning of the back wheel well, you get another 1/4 inch of rise. I measured it at 4.75 inches. So you do get a little bit of a wedge, even with the board setting mostly even. You still have just a little wedge in back, which felt good when I was riding it. I don't know. I think if you corrected it any more by adding risers in back, you'd end up with quite a bit. Like you'd end up with the back noticeably higher, which I guess if you're looking for that like torque block feeling back, maybe that's what you want. But I liked it where it's at. Like I can kind of feels like a little bit of rocker, but not quite. It's kind of like a cross between like a little wedge and a little rocker. So it's kind of a good in between for me. All right, like Pantheon's website says, the front is wedged 3 degrees, so you're going to get 3 bonus degrees out of whatever truck you put in front. All right, here's some footage of the underbelly of La Tortuga. I just wanted to give you a little bit closer look at the wheel wells. I have to say, the board looks fucking sick, but you know, that's kind of expected from Pantheon. I will say the colorway, as far as being representative of what's on the website, the board IRL is a little bit darker. It's not a bad thing, just observation. All right, and kind of the last thing I wanted to touch on was the W bubble, the W concave bubble in the back. Basically, yeah, you've just got a little bubble of concave in the back here. It's not pressed into the board. It's actually built up out of like resin or whatever they use to for the outer coat of the board. It's super subtle, but it's definitely there. I like the way it feels so far. You know, it's subtle, but it's definitely there. It gives me a little bit of a reference point, and I don't know, just where it's placed sort of in that in like right as that wedge starts. It's just a nice reference point, and it feels good. Yeah, no complaints so far. Oh, one other thing I didn't really think about when I was shooting stock footage was just showing you the concave at the front of the board. It's just like the website says. It's super mellow. It feels super good. This is a narrower board. It's like 9.2 inches. It feels perfect underfoot. I don't have to move my feet around a bunch when I'm setting up for pre-drifts or slides or whatever. Yeah. If you have any questions about anything I didn't cover, you can ask in the comments or hit me up on Reddit. shout out to you, Compressive Person. I think they're the ones in the sub that asked me to give a little bit of information about the board once I had some time to play with it. So here you go. Thanks for watching, and probably not going to be doing any more of these, but who knows?